Okay guys, in my last community post, I asked you that what is the main reason of failure of any bolt that is being used in any tensile member. Okay, and here you can see that I think all of you already aware about this fact that the major reason for failure of any bolt in tension member is shear. Okay, so also for those guys who don't know, because I've got some vote in favor of tension also. Okay, so this is a very basic video for beginners who are completely new in steel industry. Okay, in this video I will discuss how a bolt actually fail when it is under the action of tension. Okay, so if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe and also press the bell icon so that in future you can be benefited. Okay, so at the very first, this is known as a bolt that is under the action of single shear. Okay, here you can see that this is one plate, okay, and this is another plate, and to join these two plates we are using this bolt. Okay, and this is the tensile force and this is also the tensile force, and this state of system is known as the bolt under the action of single shear. Got it? And there is also cases where we have this type of situation, and here you can see that to counter this one plate we have to use two plate. This is one plate and this is another plate. So here you can see that we are using a single bolt to connect actually three plate consecutively. Okay, and this is the tensile force and these are the reactive tensile force acting in these two plate that are being used to counter this single one. Okay, and this case is known as double shear. Got it? So our next target is we will find how this tensile load is actually going to be transferred from this plate to this plate. Okay, through this, of course, through this bolt. Okay, so let's see it. So very first, if we are using a bolt to connect these two particular plate, this is plate number 1, this is plate number 2. Okay, so this is the load which is being applied. Okay, and this is the reactive force. So first, of course, this load and this load is same. Okay, so this load is going to travel, this is going to travel, okay, like this. It can go anywhere, we don't know, and it simply tends to move this plate away towards right direction. Okay, so this force actually trying to pull this plate away, but here we have a bolt. Okay, so due to this bolt actually all these forces are being applied here. Okay, so these are the force being applied at the back side of the bolt due to this front pull. Okay, similarly for the bottom plate, here you can see that this is the force, and this force is actually trying to pull away this plate towards left. No issues, but again the bolt is there, so the force at the back side are simply pressing this one. Okay, pressing this bolt. Okay, simply saying just get away from our path. Okay, we would like to carry this plate, we love her, but the bolt is here. Okay, so as a result what will happen, simply at this phase there is a resultant force due to this force. Okay, why? Due to this force this plate is trying to go towards right, but due to this bolt the force at the back side of this bolt are simply pushing, so there is a net resultant force, and this force is represented here. Okay, similarly here also at the back side of the bolt there is a resultant force due to this one, and this force has been replaced by this one. Okay, got it? So now it's clear to you that this bolt is now under the action of a simply pure shear. this is the shear force. Okay, and here you can see this is pure shear condition. This is one force and this is one force, and if we cut any section here, there is a shear force. So now you have got the idea how when we are applying a tensile force, a bolt can have a shear force actually. Got it? Okay, now let's look into the case of a double shear. Simply, I'm not going to discuss in detail, just this is the load. To counter this load, we are using two plate. Okay, so this is a single load being applied here in this plate. To counter this load, we are using two plate. This is first one. Okay, this is the second one, and of course due to this load there is a thrust in the back side. Okay, and this thrust has been shown here, and also due to this load, simply divide this load by P by 2, and P by 2 we have two plate. There is a thrust at the back side. Okay, and that thrust has been replaced here again. Okay, so now again just compare this beam. We have a reaction here, a reaction here, and applied load here. What is the shear force diagram? It looks something like this. Okay, so all the material in this zone are in pure shear action, Okay, so just like that, all this material here is under the action of a pure shear. Okay, so if you cut the cross section of the bolt, here you can see that there is a shear stress acting. Okay, got the concept of single shear and double shear. So in case of a single shear, we will have a failure plane like this, but in case of a double shear, of course we will have two failure plane, first one and the second one. Why? Because in case of a double shear, we have a first one and second one, two failure plane. Okay, so that's it. If you love this video, please don't forget to give a thumbs up, and also don't forget to share it.